Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, or good night, or wherever you may be watching us, fellow viewers and subscribers. We want to thank you again for joining us this hour. We appreciate your time for taking a few minutes off to get some information that might help you, might help your family member, whoever that may be, your brother or sister, or your own child. And this is very important information. We want to thank you if you're a young professional, if you're a seasoned expert, if you're a mother, you're a father, whoever you are at this moment, that you are very close to making that important decision and in your current location and in your to advance your own career. So we thank you again for joining us. This very early morning, we're going to look into a very important presentation. We got some questions from our viewers. 10 very important questions. So we like we've always said in this channel, we keep it simple. We go straight to the point. These are things that you would have to find out yourself, but we want to break it down for that viewer who is very close in making that informed decision to start their career. I don't know if they're going for a doctoral program, they're going for a master's, they are going into making the decision to start studying. But in this case, I think this was an online program that they want to go into. So they've sent us 10 very important questions. So we are happy to address those questions and to see how they can make that decision. So it's very important. We will take we will go straight to those questions. If you're just joining us, please click on the subscribe button so you can grow our channel, so we may continue to bring you inspiring and breaking down and unpacking that unanswered question that you might have to help you make that very important decision to invest your money, to invest your future, to invest your time. So if you're joining us, thank you. So we're going to go straight to those 10 questions. Number one, they ask about, I understand this came from like a husband and wife who were very close in making that decision. They asked about what is the importance of ranking. Ranking is important. I would address this in a general way. It's important. It all depends on what ranking is for you. How important is it for you? It might be important to you for your company, for you as an individual or your region that you're coming from. But the thing is, you don't want to really, in most renowned universities, when you look at our past video, we talked about 23 top online schools who are also involved in campus education. So we want to ask you to advise you to go back and check that video. You will see that these are top universities. The rankings are there. We won't look into that particular area, like who is top, who is down. This is where students and professionals get confused. And at the end of the day, you get to focus on schools that might not be relevant. Ranking is important, might be for whatever reasons, but what we're advising you and what we're hearing from the industry, it's important that you go ahead to study in an accredited institution that will recognize your degree at the end of the day. So the university that you will be studying with being ranked at the top could be for a couple of reasons. They may be offering a good program, but we want to advise you that don't waste your time looking into rankings a lot. You want to focus on accreditation, the method of delivery. So it might be top-notch out there, but might not be delivering it, meeting your need, your satisfaction, the desire for you to go out there to impact that knowledge to your community. So do not waste your time looking too much on ranking. If the university is accredited, if they can deliver, the pricing, what they offer, the program in line with your career goals, we want to advise you to look in that institution. The second question we got from our viewer was, is your university accredited in my country? I think they are asking if the institution they will be studying. For example, you want to study with the university, London School of Business, London School of Economics in United Kingdom, and you are asking if this school is accredited in your country. I don't know which country you are from, and let this apply to you. The question should be if the institution is recognized in your country. If it's the government of your country, in most cases, might not accredit the qualification of another country's education system. What they can do, they can recognize the standard offered there. I want to repeat this again. We don't expect the government of, for example, Saudi Arabia or from Nigeria or from the Philippines to accredit the university, the Department of Education there, to accredit another institution in another country, meaning that you can recognize them, but you cannot accredit them. You can form some kind of partnership, bilateral recognition. There are different ways. So it's up to you, the student, to find that information out, to go to your education department, go to the British consulate, go to whatever embassy that country comes from. And you also want to look into places like the British Council. Ask from your education department there. They will tell you if that institution is recognized. Some ask these questions and they get stuck by finding an answer, and the time it's running out. So the question should be, is your institution recognized in my country? That's the question. The recognition is what's important. Does the South African government, do they recognize the degrees issued in the UK? Does the government, the German government, recognize degrees and certificate issued in the United States? Does the government of Germany recognize qualification issued from Nigeria? Does the government of Kenya recognize certificate issued from the Netherlands? These are the recognition, the value. When you recognize something, you have assessed that and looked into the criteria. So the question should be if your qualification is recognized or your university recognized in my country. Number three question is, will I have to travel to your campus during my online studies? The question is no and yes. No, because most universities offering online program will require you to do it 100% online. In some limited cases, you may have to travel if you're doing a doctoral program to go in for a residency. Residency are 4-day sessions or 5-day sessions where learners come to meet together, to interact, to meet the faculty, where they help them with things like research methodology and also findings in helping them to craft their research proposals and different things. So we want to advise you to ask that question. It's a good question. However, it all depends the program that you are going into. If you're studying some kind of certificates that need or degrees that need, you're doing nursing program, there are other certificates that will require you, like psychology. You may have to travel. In just 15% of this comes up in most schools, but 90% you do your program 100% online at the comfort of your room in your own country, and then you only be invited to attend your graduation. So that's how it works. So this question of will I have to travel to campus is a genuine question. No, you won't travel in most cases. Yes, in a limited case, you will travel. So ask that question when you are making that application process. If you're talking to a consultant, you're talking to an advisor, you're talking to a program manager, you're talking to a product manager for that particular department, you want to ask them that question. So good question from our viewer. Another question is, will my certificate say online? No, your certificate will not say online. It will not say online. It will clearly, you can ask that from the school that you intend studying with. In most cases, it will not say online. It will be a certificate. It's the same certificate that's issued to campus students. If the university run campus programs, that will be issued to you. The same certificate. You may want to check on the transcript when you graduate. They may mention things like was a distance learning program. So that doesn't, it's mentioned somewhere in the transcript. So you may want to check maybe very slightly somewhere. So that you may want to check. So you can ask that question. It's very important. No, your certificate will not say online program. It will be written there that you graduated from this school from this, and they recognize your certificate. So it won't be saying that. How will the viewer also send this question of how will my certificate look like? We've answered that. It won't be saying it's a standard certificate, a master's or bachelor's degree or any diploma that you got from a school anywhere in the world. If that institution is accredited, it will be a standard certificate. So it might be sent to you. It might be emailed. Can never be emailed. Will be sent to you via post for courier service. Whatever service that you ask for. If you intend to attend your graduation in person while you are in that country, attending your graduation, you have your certificate with you, so you can take it back to your home country. So that question we will rest it today. Can I work with my certificate or use it to travel to Europe or America or in the Middle East or to Africa or to Asia? Or North America? Yes, most schools, if we've done an episode of the accreditation, if that school is recognized, it's accredited, it's met the minimum and above or the maximum standard needed for an academic or a professional organization to deliver certificates. Of course, you can work with your certificate wherever in the world. You work for international agencies, international organizations, so that will have any problem with you working with your certificate anywhere. You may want to ask those questions when you're talking to any consultant, you're talking to any advisor. So your certificate, it's recognized. It has no problem. Even in countries that had some doubts in the past, they're beginning to embrace this. We will do an episode on those countries that are still questioning the online learning format, wherever they may be coming from. So we encourage you to keep the questions coming. The next question that he sent, he and she, I think she must be husband and wife, who actually sent this question, 10 questions. Number 7 here is, do you have an office on the ground? They're always asking this question to universities if they have an office in their home country. And it's for some schools, yes, they may have some partners or a regional office where they actually interact in some kind of business development areas. They may have business development managers on the ground. They may have some offices that they may want to visit. I understand in certain countries, this is important for you to make that informed decision. But again, you have to do the due diligence yourself. That's why Education Unpacked is here to let you know the basics that you need to put in together before you make that very important decision of yours. You want to find that out. In most universities, no, they do not have it, but they are recognized still. They don't have campus or contacts on the ground. They actually work in partnership, or they have business development managers there. They may have regional information sessions where they send an expert from the school to visit, to talk about the program, to build a relationship. So you may want to ask some of these questions. Another very important question that was sent by our viewer is, how will I get my certificate after graduation? I just addressed that. There are two ways. You can, once you are done with your program, you can request your certificate on the graduation. You don't have to request it. It will be given to you upfront. That's the normal process for recognized schools. However, if you cannot make that trip, that very important journey, you can request your certificate be sent to you via courier service to wherever around the world you are. Your certificate will be sent to you. There's no problem with that. Another very important question that, excuse me, that our viewers sent was, can I take a break as I am studying? I'm sure these people are concerned about them completing this program on time. Yes, in most master's, bachelor's programs, you can take breaks in between. You can take a break. I think I talked about that in our previous video. You can take breaks in between. Could be a quarter, or it could be, you can still say that 3 months, 90 days, all depends. And you will come back into the program and also have the same status as where you left. You will still benefit from the fees discount that you got at the time. But that is very important. You want to ask that at your future institution. Find that out from them. They will tell you definitely yes. However, you can't just take breaks in between. A program that will be for 18 months, you can take 2-3 breaks. You may want to take one very important breaks, and you may want to give reasons for that. So if you have a family member who is dead, or you have you're changing jobs, there are different things that comes along that may affect you to take breaks in between. A child comes on the way, you're getting married, or you're going on holidays that you think in a location where internet connection, if you're a researcher. So you want to consider all of these. Another question is the last one that this viewer of ours sent was, can my money be refunded if I paid? Of course, yeah, your money, it's in most cases, yes, your money will be refunded if you're not taking the program. You want to ask that. In most cases, they will send your money back if you haven't taken the studies program. However, if you've made some kind of payment, you may want to check at what level that that information, at what level that you studied, which you can ask for your balance. So all of this is important to check at the student handbook. It's also important to check on the materials that were sent to you after you become a student. You want to look into that. This is very important. So it will help you make that informed decision. So that's just the 10 top questions that we received today from our very important subscriber and viewer who is watching us. They are very close in making that decision. So I think that I hope that we must have broken this down to you to give you that clear understanding and to help you make that decision. So we want to wish you good luck as you embark on your education journey. We will be welcoming you, sending any other question again. We will address it heads on. And yeah, at Education Unpacked, we look into those things that are vital in you making the decision. The big picture is not important here. The small pictures. We want to look into the small picture. The questions that you think are not relevant, but those questions might affect your performance, may affect the way you finish your studies, your experience. You might want to go into something that once you're done, you want to talk positively about it. Or you don't want to go into a program and later on you have a really bad experience because you did not do your preparation. It's all about preparation. It's all about readiness. All of these questions that came from these 10 top questions that came from this viewer is very important. So I hope we have inspired you. If you're watching wherever in the world, we encourage you to subscribe. So each time we load, you click onto the little bell. Each time we load a new video, we hope that you receive it. We encourage you to keep your questions coming, and thanks for watching. We want to wish you a pleasant day, and we are looking forward to bringing you more of Education Unpacks, the solutions to your academic career. And for now, we will let you go, and have a pleasant day and have a great day. Bye-bye.